Hi everyone, Jeremy here from Visual Studio, and today I'll show you how to create an animated arrow from scratch in Fusion. You can grab this asset for free with the link in the description below. But first, let me walk you through the motion graphic principle behind it so you can actually understand how it works and build the skill set to do it yourself. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Alright, so once in Davinci Resolve, you can go over to your effect library, effect, and start by bringing a new Fusion composition in your timeline. Then you can move over to Fusion. Once in Fusion, we're going to start by bringing a new background in our working area and linking the output of that background to our media out. Then I'm going to reduce the alpha channel down to 0, so we get transparency and we have basically our canvas. The next step is going to be to bring an arrow icon in our working area. To do that, I'm going to use SVG repo, and then here I'm going to search arrow, and you can basically pick whatever icon you want. Right now I'm just going to select something rounded, and we can just download, for example, this one. So now I'm just gonna download a PNG file. I'm gonna go over here to export and make sure that I'm downloading a PNG, not the SVG. We could do the SVG, but I think the PNG in those cases are like easier to deal with. Then I'm gonna bring my arrow to my working area, and we're gonna bring a new background, and we're gonna use the arrow as a mask to that background so we can change the color later. Then I'm gonna link the output of that background 2 to my background 1 to link it to our main composition. And then now here, as you can see with background 2, if we go and change the color, we can change the color of our arrow to whatever we want. Now it's pretty straightforward really, because we have pretty much our entire composition being made. So now we're gonna switch over to create the animation. For the animation, I'm gonna use a transform node. So I'm gonna select my merge one, hit shift space on my keyboard and search for a transform node and bring that in. We're gonna do an animation on the position. So I'm gonna go to frame 15, and here I'm gonna drop a keyframe on the position as a default value, and we're gonna go to frame 0, and I'm gonna adjust here the Y to 0.45. Now it gives us a simple movement animation, but now we need to smooth that animation and loop it. To do that, I'm gonna go over here to the spline editor. I'm gonna select my transform one, then I'm gonna click zoom to fit so I can see both of my points. I'm gonna select them and hit the letter S on my keyboard. That already like smooths out the animation. But now to loop it, we're gonna make sure that we have still all points selected. And then here, I'm gonna select the option ping pong. Loop is not gonna work great in that scenario because it's always gonna just snap back to the initial point. So right now it's not, giving us a smooth situation, as you can see with those curves. So instead here, we're gonna select ping pong, and now ping pong basically gonna just go back and forth between the first point and the second point. So now we're having something that is a lot smoother. So if we play it, as you can see now, we have the animation for the arrow. Now we're just gonna polish that up with a simple fade in animation. So I'm gonna select the transform one, hit shift space on my keyboard, bring the brightest node, and then here I'm gonna select the alpha channel. I'm gonna go to, let's say, frame 8, and drop a keyframe on the gain at 1, and then go down to frame 0 and bring the gain down to 0. And now we pretty much have our entire animation done. Now, if you want to make some further adjustment, there is many things that you could do. You could, for example, here bring a shadow. So if I hit shift space on my keyboard, bring a drop shadow in my working area. Now we have a shadow behind that arrow. We can adjust the strength of the shadow. We can adjust the drop angle, the drop distance, and the blur as well. You could also use a glow. That's not gonna work great with something that is black, but here if we were to change the color, let's say to red, and then we hit shift space again, bring a glow node. Now we have a glow on our arrow. If we want to adjust the size and position of that arrow, or adjust, let's say, the angle to point in different direction, we could hit shift space yet again and bring another transform node. And now we can control the overall position of that arrow. We can control the size, and we can also adjust the angle. So here, if we want to point, let's say, diagonally, we could do that, and we'll retain our animation, just it will point in a different direction. Now, if you don't want to build this yourself and want to use this directly in your edit page as a drag and drop template, you can download it with the link in the description below. It's part of our free starter pack, which contains over 300 assets across 20 categories. It's completely free for personal and commercial use, and over 200,000 editors are already using it. Just click the link below, fill up the form, and we'll send it directly to your email. After downloading your pack, you'll get a zip file. Double-click on the zip file to unzip it, which will give you a folder. In that folder, you'll find a couple of things: the installation instruction, the license, the GRFX file for Davinci Resolve, and the font used to create the assets. Start by installing the fonts. Without them, Davinci Resolve will not know which font to use, which can result in a black screen when you drag your title onto the timeline. To install the font, simply go to the font folder. If you're on Mac, just select all the font and double-click on them. This will open a window asking if you wanted to install the font. Select Install. If you're on Windows, same thing. Just select all the fonts and then right-click and select Install. Alternatively, you can drag or copy and paste the font directly into your computer fonts folder. Once the fonts are installed, double-click on the GRFX file to install the pack. This process is the same for both Mac and Windows. This will open Davinci Resolve, if not already, and prompt open a window asking if you want to install the pack. Select Install. You can find that arrow title by going over to your effect library, then Titles, Video Editor Studio, and then here in the Free Start Pack 2.0, you will have the arrow section, and you have 5 different arrows that you can choose from. And then here, arrow number 1, you have basically the continuous arrow that we've just created. It's just a different arrow styles. You also have a bunch of different arrows. For example, this one that got like a writing and wiggly effect. You have also those ones that doesn't have any continuous animation. It's just like a one-time thing. So you can start to play around with them and use them in your project. And that's pretty much it. Hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in a comment what kind of video you'd like to see next, and I'll see you in the next one. If you need motion graphic assets for Davinci Resolve, we have over 50 carefully crafted packs available on our website, including transitions, effects, and titles built specifically for Davinci Resolve. You can get started now, completely free, by downloading our starter pack that contains over 300 assets. Get it with the link in the description below or directly on our website at videoeditorstudio.com.